We'll talk about that.
It's quite poor. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Ian, and if this is the first time you've been here, this channel is all about music and art, and this is a series of videos that I'm doing about this little beast. This is Korg's Opsix Altered FM synthesizer, and I've done a first look video which is linked down below, but in this one what I wanted to do was I actually wanted to see what it was like to import some old DX7 sounds. Now I'm using a Mac Mini M1 computer which is running Apple's Big Sur operating system, and this needs its firmware updating first of all. So if you've got an Opsix and you want to know which operating system is current, I'm filming this on the 1st of July 2021, and the current version of the firmware is 1.03. Now this synthesizer has only got 1.01, so it needs upgrading, and we're going to go through the process of doing that, and then we'll look at using Korg's sound librarian to be able to import sounds into this. That'll be in another video. So the first thing to do is to check which version you've got, and the way that you do that is when you switch the Opsix on, while it's in its startup menu, you will see that there is a version of V, and in this case it's V2.01. That's the first way to tell if you need to update it. So then you need to go to Korg's website, and I have to say it took a little bit of finding to this. I ended up doing a search for Opsix downloads, but I'll put a link down below in the description so that you can go straight to the page to do the Opsix system updater, which is what you need. So what we're going to do is we're on the support downloads page, and this is this Opsix system updater, and we're going to first of all, and it will tell us what's in the release notes here. So it says that this is version 1.03, and it adds support for Mac OS 11 Big Sur. It also supports NCM networking, and the new USB boot mode update method works without requiring a network connection. I don't know what that means, but it doesn't really affect me, but hey ho. Customers already using Big Sur should use USB boot mode to update, and after updating should set the USB network parameter to blah blah blah. There's a PDF instructions for that. The 1.03 release has some improvements, so it improves some of the display text and the LED lights that will not always update after sending data to the sound librarian. Now we're going to install the sound librarian second. They now update immediately according to the data sent from the sound librarian. Improves several preset programs to reduce alienage noise from high notes. I mean, actually that's a good point, because when I did my first look at this, I noticed some of the sort of slight aliasing on some of the sounds, not all the sounds, but just some of them. So I'm assuming that's been fixed. Improved stability when changing an effect type during motion recording, and improved stability when randomizing editing. All good stuff. So let's install. So here is our updater. I've also downloaded the sound librarian. We're going to come back to that in a bit, and I've also downloaded some DX7 sounds which are in a SysX format for us to actually try and import into the Opsix. So let's do the updater first. So we could read the paperwork, but in this case we'll just go ahead and install it because they're going to guide me through doing it anyway. We have to agree to the software license, and we agree. It'll take 56 and I need to just log in. So the installation was successful. And these softwares often ask, do you want to move it to the bin? And I always say no at this point, because I may come back and they may need to reinstall it again if something doesn't quite go to plan, really. So I tend to keep it for the time being, and then we'll delete it when I'm absolutely sure that I really don't need it anymore. The other thing to note, that if you have problems with security on an Apple computer, there is a process that you'll need to go through. If you have that problem, put me a comment down below and I'll talk you through how you can sort that out, really. So we've now installed it. Let's go find it. I've already installed the Opsix Sound Librarian, which went through this exactly the same process as we've just done with the updater. Just followed the instructions, and it's already created a folder for me of Korg other stuff, because I have a Korg folder on here already. But in there it's put the Sound Librarian, and it's also put the Opsix updater. So let's go through the updater. So clicked on it, it says it's waiting for the device. So I need a lead. Now the sort of lead that we need is this type. We've got a USB type A and a USB type B. The USB type B goes in the Opsix, and the other one goes into the USB A socket on my Mac Mini. Okay, so we've hit our first snag, and that snag is that having now read some of the instructions, you can't install the update via Big Sur on a M1 Mac. So you need an older operating system. So luckily my laptop is still on Catalina or Mojave. I think it's on Mojave. So I've brought my laptop down and I've just installed the updater on that, and it's found the Opsix. So we'll go through the process of doing the system update. So it says device Korg Opsix 1, current version 1.1, new version 1.03. Press start to begin the update. So it's validating the updating file, it's transferring files. I'm not seeing anything on the Opsix. Oh, here we are. Now we've got starting software update, estimated time 30 seconds, do not turn off power. So we just sort of sit and wait and see what happens, really. And as is typical, I mean, it's an older laptop, so it's not certainly as fast as my M1 Mac. So a few seconds can really turn into minutes. If it takes too long, I'll whiz through this bit, really. So, installing update, do not turn the power off. Screen may go blank for a few seconds. Oh, yeah, screen's gone blank. But the lights are on, and it now says on screen, update complete. So it's very straightforward once we've got over that initial hurdle. And the updater is asking me to quit. Job done. So let's just make sure that we've got some sound and everything's hunky-dory. So I'll leave it there, and in the next video we'll go through the Sound Librarian and we will attempt to import some DX7 sounds and see what happens there. So thanks so much for watching. If you like what I do, hit the subscribe button, and a thumbs up is always much appreciated. And if you want to be notified every time I post new content, ding that little bell. See you next time. Cheers now. Bye bye.